Macaroni.
What's
in the bologna?
Did you even warm that up?
No.
That's probably gross, man. All
No,
cold and shit. Like
it's not cold. It's warm.
Eating like intestines and shit. Bug guts.
You can't be that obvious. You're joshing me.
Last time I joshed someone, I went to jail. I joshed him real good. I'm gonna josh you up, motherfucker.
Holy shit. Welcome to the good, the bad, and the bloody. The Halloween episode. I'm Derek Brown.
I'm Cody Bowden. Insert lightning. You don't need to do that. I'm probably gonna... You're probably gonna edit in those sound effects.
Me edit? That's impossible.
Oh my god. Well, like bats flying around and shit. I don't know.
Man, this is the episode.
This is the episode.
31 on the 31st.
How fucking spooky is that? The only way that this could be any spookier is if we did our 13th episode on Friday the 13th and watch Friday the 13th.
Well, we can't go back now.
No, we can't. maybe our like 113th episode.
Oh, Jesus.
Sweet fucking Christ.
Oh. Good Lord.
No,
we wouldn't have
terrible.
been able to do this if we had not taken off months beforehand.
That's actually true. I'm not saying I timed it that way, but like, I don't know, that hiatus we had, that huge long time where we just kind of stopped, and I feel like we lost a lot of following too, because a lot of people kind of just weren't really, they didn't ask about it anymore. They thought we were just done making them, you know. But I tell them, no, we're still making them, and they're really impressed with that. Actually, they're just like, wow, really, that's crazy. You know?
I got somebody I don't even know listening to this shit.
Yeah.
A coworker of Alexis's.
And speaking of that, we can't call John Crane, we can't call him a superfan anymore, because apparently he hasn't listened to anything since episode, like, 16 or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's half a series ago.
I know, that's what I was saying. Well, maybe not that far back, but if you think about it, like, Cloverfield was, like, episode 18 or so.
Something
like that.
Down fucking...
Last one he listened to was, like, 3 after his episode, which is, like, wow. You know. Way to listen to every episode until you're on one, right? Yeah. Then all of a sudden he's too good for it.
Yeah.
He's like, if I'm not on the episode, then why listen to it? Yeah.
He's in the Z list now.
Oh yeah, John Crane's just been demoted to superfan I don't even know what he is now.
Just a fan.
An
acquaintance.
Hey, he's a rascal.
He is a rascal.
What was that?
I don't know. I think it's the
my
ice.
Is this window open?
No, it's just rainy outside.
Well, it sounds like it's open.
Is it?
No, but it's fucking spooky.
Spooky.
Ooh.
For Halloween.
Yeah, it is spooky.
I was gonna say, it could only get more perfect as far as 31 goes, is if Rob Zombie's film 31 came out, and we were reviewing that.
Wow.
Episode 31 on the movie 31 on the 31st.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
We decided to go for the obvious one. We're reviewing Halloween.
I mean, it's kind of hard to have specials according to days. This is probably going to be the only time that it's going to line up like this.
Yeah.
Unless we watch a sexy movie on, like, the 69th episode. On, like, maybe, like, June 9th. You know?
Oh, jeez.
2016.
I'm getting sweaty just thinking about it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to worry about that. But anyway, it's fucking Halloween, motherfuckers. I mean, I don't know if you're going to listen to this on Halloween. I really fucking doubt that.
Because you could be outside eating razor-filled apples. LSD-induced candy.
Did we ever talk about that? Why would anyone give out drugs? Now people, okay, someone said, you moron, like, they put drugs in candy all the time, and I'm like, yeah, but not to hand out to kids. You know? They fucking do the drugs.
Usually you just do that at home to, like, entertain your friends and try and spice up your sex life.
That's fucked up.
The razors, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, that, I don't know, okay, like, who's actually eating, like, fucking fruit? You know? Like, who's just like, oh, sweet, an apple, I'm gonna totally eat this. Like, that's a normal Halloween thing. Also, apples are expensive, man. For like $2, you can get like a half-pound bag of Mary Janes and just fucking not the drug, but that's a lot more than that. But
it's like a very bitter Abba Zaba.
Yes, that is a good way to put it. I love Abba Zabas.
Hell yeah,
those are a delicacy almost. They don't have them at my gas station anymore. The one right down the corner. I have to go to the candy shop down at the village to get them.
Blasphemy.
I know. They used to have them all over the place. Now you gotta you gotta really search for them, man.
I first had one up in Rome, Idaho.
Oh, I was like, wow, all the way in fucking Rome. It's not an import, Derek. You don't need to go to Rome to eat a fucking Abba Zaba.
Hey man, don't tell me how to live my life.
That's true. Where was I going with this?
About not eating razors. Why would you hand out apples?
Yeah,
apples.
Let's talk about Halloween candy for a little bit. It's fucking Halloween. I remember the weirdest thing I ever ate on Halloween that was something that was handed to me was a Brussels sprout.
Why?
Well, my dad's work, we used to run around the cubicles and do like a trick-or-treat thing like that. And think about this. Like, each cubicle is like 3 feet away from each other. You get one piece of candy per cubicle. There's like hundreds of cubicles per level. There's like 9 buildings. All of them have like 5 stories. Yeah, I would have a trash bag. A trash bag. One time I took my friend, and he had a little fucking plastic jack-o'-lantern bucket, and we just like laughed and gave him like a fucking, like a contractor bag, like the big black ones.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's like, what? And it's like, oh yeah, motherfucker, you're gonna fill this fucker up. And we did. Every time.
Oh,
it was
Jesus.
insane. But one person was a jackass and just left out a tray of Brussels sprouts. And just like, enjoy, kids. Haha, So I just fucking ate
Enjoy
one.
your pagan holiday.
Seriously, yeah.
Chumps.
And it really made me just want to like steal shit from his desk. my dad was there, so.
You fuck.
Oh, well, what is your favorite candy to get on Halloween, Derek? What did you always get excited?
Mine anymore have been the cherry and lime flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Dude, I was just about to say that. Whenever you got that, dude, that was like fucking rare.
And that's only come along like in the last few years, because the early years I was like Milky Way and Reese's.
Is that really? Because that's mine, dude.
Dude, they're the shit.
That is, and hardly anyone really stands out there with like the flavored Tootsie Rolls. So like,
usually we're the ones that hand them out.
Yeah, when you find them in your bag,
stay home and go, no, you guys can have the vanilla and orange ones.
Yeah, I hated those ones. The vanilla one was gross, and it looked delicious because it had a blue wrapper on it.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, blue raspberry. That's vanilla.
Yeah, you're like, this is fucking shit.
This is just straight vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I like the lime ones the best. Those are my favorite. But
sometimes I'll put them together in my mouth. Cherry lime. Yeah. Just munch them together.
Second to that, though, I think my favorite would be like popcorn balls. No, I was fucking with you. Nobody likes that shit. Stop handing them out. Stop handing them out. You're just as bad as the guy with the razors and his apples.
Yeah, my least favorite candy out there is dental floss.
Oh, yeah. Dude, one time I got the worst thing I ever got from trick-or-treating was a coupon for donuts.
Oy.
Not even like a free donut, like a coupon for donuts. Like 40% off, like Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, my God.
I was like, are you shitting me right now, buddy?
You're like, God damn it.
Dude, it was ridiculous. But you know what? My house is the only one celebrating Halloween, I think. I swear to God, because our entire fucking neighborhood, no lights. There's no Halloween lights. We're the only ones with Halloween lights. Do you remember when you were there when I was setting them up that one day?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has changed. We're the only ones still.
Wow.
I know.
And it's X amount of days till Halloween.
Yeah, today is Halloween.
As far as
wink. But we're going to be handing out full-size candy bars, like we always do.
God damn, I gotta get over there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive because at Costco, they're hella cheap, and even if you didn't have enough money to get, like, Butterfingers or something, you could still, like, cut down your budget even more and get a fuckload of, like, the Hershey bars, just the big-ass chocolate bars, because those are really cheap,
Sweet molasses.
But we've been counting. We only got, like, 30 kids now, so we're just gonna get, like, fucking full-size Kit Kat, Butterfinger, Snickers, who gives
Make
a
their
shit?
childhood the best while they can.
Yeah, they love it. And the kids get so excited, and it's like, you should be, motherfucker. Yeah, well. But that's just our Halloween.
Gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, you get a lot of kids here, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you have to probably hand out, like, one single Tootsie Roll at a time.
Oh, no, dude. I just let them, I let them just grab
a handful?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Like, if it's a bunch of the fucking Tootsie Rolls, I'll just be like, grab a handful. If it's like a bunch of the candy bars, I'll just be like, take 1 to 2.
Are you going to be here to hand them out?
I did it the last few years, just whenever I was waiting to go do other shit.
Yeah.
And everybody else was out trick-or-treating, I'd stay home and do that.
Well,
And then once people came back, then I'd go out and do my turn.
Well, around 10 or 9 o'clock tonight, we're going to be going to the new Haunted Woods that opened down by Eagle, whatever. Like, brand stinking new. This is the first year it's open, so I don't know. If you don't have any plans for Halloween, check us out there, you know? And depending on when you're listening to this, at noon to 4 p.m., I'm going to be down by Harley Davidson. They're having a costume contest. Check it out. Maybe enter. I don't know. It's completely free. You might win something, you know?
Oh, shit.
That's nice. I don't know if you have to have a motorcycle. I will, but I don't know.
I just drag my dad's behind me.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know how to drive this thing.
You could learn. Your dad's bike would be hard to learn on, though.
Probably.
It's pretty touchy, man. It's a scary bike, but it's spooky. It's scary.
Like Ghost Rider's bike.
Yeah, anyway. So,
skeletons all over.
Yeah, I guess let's just start talking about the movie Halloween. We watched...
Oh, which one?
Oh, gosh. So, for Halloween, we watched both Halloweens.
Well... There's like 8 Halloween movies, but for the sake of argument, we're doing the first Halloween and the remake of Halloween.
Yeah, we're pretty much just covering the bases on the first movie, you know?
Yeah, John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978 and Rob Zombie's remake of 2007.
Yeah, and I mentioned to Derek, I think I want to say this right away, the original Halloween, as old as it is, it's younger than... No, it's older than Friday the 13th, and apparently Friday the 13th ripped off of Halloween. They were trying to make money off of them. But it had, like, double the budget, and it looked, like, triple as shitty.
Yeah.
Like, the original Halloween doesn't even look bad at all.
How anyone likes Jason more than Michael is outstanding to me.
Because they don't actually watch the movies, man. Like, it's like fucking Star Wars. Everyone's just playing the goddamn video games thinking Darth Vader's badass. I don't even give a shit anymore.
Like, I've watched all of the Friday the 13th movies. About 3 of them are original kind of moving things. Only because the first one doesn't have Jason at all.
Yeah, it's his mom.
Jason goes to space.
Oh, Jason X.
And Jason fights Freddy. Those are the 3 original kind of ones.
Everything else is just like what made Halloween like cool without the dialogue or setting them into cool. I don't know how to explain it. It's really just the slasher bits of what made Halloween good.
Yeah. Essentially, I heard someone once say that Halloween is one of those number 0 scary movies. It basically set the template for everything to come.
I believe
there were horror movies beforehand, and there were movies after that, and you can't go back. It's kind of like when the Beatles came into the music era. It's like there was music before then, and there was music after them, and everything fucking changed. Basically.
That's kind of true. That's a good way to put it, honestly. But
the only slasher that came out before Halloween was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And even then it's charitably, like, it's more of a torture thing than a slasher.
But that is still really impressive how much John Carpenter gives a shit. Because this movie was done so well. I watched a documentary on the first one, and I don't know, he put so much effort into it without that much money. And obviously, it looks really good. Go watch this one, and then watch the first Friday the 13th movie, and realize that Friday the 13th was supposed to be like a parasite to this movie. And it looks like shit. At the very least, they could make it look flashy.
It's the Pepsi to Coke.
Yeah, but I like Pepsi. So fuck off. Okay? I know it's extra sugary and not as, like, carbonated, but who needs that? Who needs that?
Yeah.
Either way. So, but what I'm saying is, yeah, double the budget. They both made about the same amount of money. One of them's a lot older, I'd say. Well, not a lot older, but, you know, still.
Set a lot of the trends that you see in slasher films, like from the lowbrow Netflix ones to the kind of top-tier slashers anymore. It's the one that basically set out like, oh, you see a bunch of teenagers out doing drugs, doing each other,
yeah. Oh, man.
doing bad things, and then a psycho killer comes along and it's just like, I ain't having that shit.
Yeah, but really, it's not about, like, murder.
Yeah, that's where Friday the 13th got it wrong.
Yeah.
They made it all about the murders. Halloween makes it more about the killer.
Yeah.
and the victims.
They didn't realize why it was scary. It's not because everyone's getting hacked into pieces, Green Inferno, you fucking asshole. Fuck you, Eli Roth, you dumbass piece of shit. If he went back in time, he would have made the Friday the 13th movie.
Probably.
He would have made it shittier.
I'm sure he masturbates to it.
Yeah, it'd be called, like, Fuckboy the 13th or some shit, I don't know. But that reminds me, when did John Carpenter make The Thing? When did he direct
1982.
82? So very, very soon after this, honestly.
He actually made Halloween 2 the year before The Thing.
That's really impressive. Considering how much... I don't know, The Thing looks so put together. There's not a moment in the movie where I go, you know?
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, well, that looks like they ran out of money. Or something like that.
No,
anything
man.
like that.
The thing is, he just knows how... He's a student...
That's the thing about it. The Thing. Fuck.
Yeah. He... As I think I told you, and Matt told me, because he's done his Carpenter research. He's a big Carpenter fan. He was very much a student of Hitchcock. And Hitchcock was the master of suspense. Yeah. Arguably.
And that's kind of what he did here.
And most of it just comes from very lingering shots, moving, steady, almost unnerving kind of movements. Yeah. You know, that's what I was telling you when we saw It Follows. I was like, this guy probably watched Carpenter flicks growing up.
That's kind of the problem that comes with that. And this is also where... Remember how you said you didn't like the soundtrack for It Follows? Mm-hmm. It would not work without a soundtrack.
Probably not.
No, because what happened actually, when he made Halloween, John Carpenter, he sent it in, right? And they actually fucking hated it. They despised the movie. They thought it sucked more than the reviewers did when it actually was released. Mm-hmm. And then he took 4 days. It was 4 days that he wrote the soundtrack for it. Because the entire thing had no music.
That's funny.
It had no music. And he took only 4 days to make the entire score. So you spent 4 days making the entire music for it. It was all ready. He sent it again. The person that he sent it to came back and said, that was the scariest movie I've seen in my entire life. Isn't that insane? The same person.
Yeah, it's all the score that really sets it.
Like Insidious. Like an octopus on a lawnmower.
The most frantic violin instead of the world's smallest violin.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah, everything from the main theme, just everybody knows it too.
Yeah. And I think it was written, I believe, in, like you said, a very rare time signature. I believe it was 5/4.
Something like that.
Yeah, something very, very strange.
Which he learned as a kid.
Yeah.
He mostly composes his film scores. Like The Thing, he made up that very simplistic but very mood-setting thing of just doom doom.
Yeah.
Doom doom. And some other flicks. I was just thinking the other day, I need to sit down and watch like Big Trouble in Little China.
Is that a John Carpenter movie?
Yeah.
What? That's on Netflix, you know.
Is it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, there's a lot of good stuff on Netflix.
That one, now. He made They Live, Starman, The Fog.
Wow.
Which I keep telling you need to watch They Live.
Yeah, I know. I want to.
It's Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Yeah, but one more thing about the success of this movie, because, like, I just want to talk about that before we really establish... Because this almost wasn't even a thing. Mm-hmm. You know? Like you mentioned, it failed in dozens of theaters, and only until Siskel and Ebert said they like... Actually, it was Ebert who said he liked it. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, shit, it's a good movie. And that's really shitty, man. When it rides off the opinion of other people, you know?
It just takes the right push, man.
Yeah.
Like Sam Raimi's career got kicked off because Stephen King was like, man, Evil Dead is kick-ass.
Yeah. But,
not his exact words, but...
Yeah. But this is crazy. So, the box office for this movie was $70 million. In 1970, like that era... Like early 80s.
That's a lot of fucking money.
That is a lot of money. And that's box office. That is entirely box office. That is insane. Considering they only spent $300,000 on it. And a movie like, let's say, The Ghost Dimension has spent $10 million on the movie and it's only made $27 million. So, maybe inflation too, maybe? I don't fucking know how you want to read into that. But, I don't know. I like to think the title helps too. Because there's never been a movie called Halloween yet, and John Carpenter mentioned that. He's like, I'm just going to take it. Fuck yeah.
I've seen off-brand ones like the Halloween Murders.
Maybe they
All Hallows Eve.
They just haven't been called straight up Halloween. I guess because who would want to take that on? Because if they fuck up, it's like, well, sorry guys.
Then you end up like a gimmick like a Leprechaun.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Or a one-off like My Bloody Valentine. Which I actually think is okay.
That is kind of cool.
The original one.
I like the gas mask killer guy.
Yeah.
He's not bad. That's actually pretty... It's interesting to look at, but it's not really that great.
It's a serviceable film.
Yeah.
Both of them.
But yeah, this movie, no budget. Very, very little budget for what it accomplished. It's pretty crazy.
I remember just... Like, I know it was hours ago, but I remember just us shooting trivia at each other the whole film.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because we've both seen it before.
Yeah.
But we like to refresh ourselves before we do these episodes.
Yeah.
It was just really great stuff. For those
familiar
with the story, Halloween is like probably the slashers you've seen before, but better. It starts off with young Michael Myers. He, at the age of 6, kills his older sister, Judith Myers, and is subsequently locked up in an insane asylum or a mental institution, let's be PC.
Yeah.
For 15 years. And on the day before Halloween in 1978, 15 years later, whatever, he busts out and he goes back to his hometown of Haddonfield.
Which you told me isn't even a real place, but it's supposed to be in Illinois.
Yeah. Just like Shermer, Illinois, of the John Hughes flicks. Movies are fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's weird. At least it's not in Maine. Fucking Stephen King.
Yeah,
everything's in fucking Maine.
And everybody's an alcoholic or a writer. Or both.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'd rather deal with his tropes than any of M. Night Shyamalan's. You know? Characters say the same shit. Everyone's a fucking, like, quirky, but not really quirky, just weird. I don't know.
They're all off base.
They're all weird.
Of course. I'm going to buy The Visit when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. And I'm putting that on record.
Okay.
So people come back and go, oh, you're that shithead.
Yeah. But this movie takes place in Illinois, but it was filmed in California in the spring. So what they had to do was collect maple leaves from other, like, states, paint them, and then blow them all over the set.
Yeah.
And then when they were done, they would move around the leaves. They would pick them all up and move them.
It's hilarious.
Every leaf. That's just absolutely crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would cost more money or less.
I don't know. I think you could get that for free unless you're paying just for the labor of people. Like, people are showing up to do a movie. Oh, what are we going to do today, boss? Go over to the next neighborhood and pick up some leaves.
Yeah, they probably just want to be
it's
a part
like,
of it.
have you lost your fucking mind?
Seriously.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff just came from, like, knowing people. The guy who plays Michael Myers while he's in full costume was just a friend of John Carpenter's, Nick Castle, who just showed up to set, watched a couple weeks, and they were finally like, hey, you want to be in the movie? And he's like, oh, God, yes.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, it opens up with, when you're watching young Michael kill his sister, it's from, like, his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the craziest shots because they had, like, no budget to clean up this house that they had. So what they did was they fixed it up just enough so whatever you see in that, like, little point of view camera shot was all that they touched. If it was slightly to the right or slightly to the left, you would have noticed the house being broken or, like, just mold spots. It just had to be perfect. They had to put exactly what they wanted to in the frame. And I found out it took 2 days to film that. 2 days. And the camera guy had a 70-pound chest rig on him doing that.
Those things are a bitch.
That's crazy, man. That's how precise they had to be. It took 2 days. I mean, come on.
It takes a master.
Yeah. That's crazy. And then, but it was so easy to make the house look old and shitty, like, 15-something years later.
Just have people go through.
Yeah, they just took down whatever they put up, and then it was fine.
Yeah. This movie was almost called The Babysitter Murders.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Because the main victims in this movie are Laurie Strode and her two friends Annie and Linda, who are all three two of them, Annie and Lori, are supposed to be babysitting some kids on Halloween, which sucks because what kid doesn't go out trick or treating?
I think they did, but then they just got back.
They're like, we want to watch scary movies instead.
Maybe, I don't know. They should have had the kid eating candy regardless.
Yeah,
maybe that would have brought more into it.
And while their teenage bullshit's going on, Michael's just going around trying to find Lori for some reason, which is explained in Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Or if you watch the remake, you know.
It's all in the same one in the remake, yeah.
It's like if you remade Star Wars and combined A New Hope with Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And threw in that twist of, no, I am your father.
Exactly. So really, it is kind of like a episodic thing, where it's like you're seeing the last bit before the, you're watching episode 6 right now, motherfucker, But, yeah, a lot of things people don't know about this movie besides that. I looked that up. That is exactly what they were going to call it, I think he jumped on Halloween, though, because who wouldn't? Your movie's in Halloween anyway. Fuck yeah, I would do that. Also, Michael Myers, his name is The Shape. Like, what he
in
is
the credits.
The Shape. Yeah, which I think is kind of interesting. We should use that more, because when you look at, like, Michael Myers masks, are you really going to say, like, oh, it's Michael Myers every time? Or are you going to go, it's easier to say that's The Shape,
I did that once when I was out with somebody, I can't remember who it was, and they were like, what are you talking about? That's Michael Myers. And I went,
and then he like grabbed their balls and just like, listen here, motherfucker.
I've never felt so pretentious in my life at that point. I was just like, actually,
John Carpenter called it the shit.
If I had thick rimmed glasses, I would have pushed him up right at that moment. Just been like, actually.
Oh man, I would have fucking stabbed you in the ass. But yeah, that's.
And you think that's violent? No.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like also like you said, they never actually show anyone getting stabbed, but it's all implied.
Yeah, that's so genius. They did that type of shit in Psycho.
Yeah, they did, and you know what? Like, you don't even think about it. You don't even think about it.
No, like when I first heard that, I thought that was absurd.
Yeah. If the movie was shitty, I'd definitely notice. I would go, wow, really? Looks like he's just like thumping him with his fist. Like, come on.
Like some of those videos we saw at the horror festival.
Yeah, seriously, I was like, oh, this is so lame. That's all I was thinking about. But yeah, honestly, I feel like now that you brought up Psycho, if they actually had like a prosthetic like to get stabbed, that would be beyond reasonable at that time. They would fucking freak out, man.
Yeah.
You couldn't have that in the fucking 60s.
Yeah, they never actually showed punctured skin in that movie.
Yeah, a lot of chocolate sauce, though.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of chocolate sauce.
Because that shows up the best in black and white film.
Yeah. Which is a really good idea.
Which is a weird thing.
We should make some chocolate syrup, some Hershey's murder. Willy Wonka.
God left me unfinished.
What's wrong, Dad? Anyway, where do we go with this movie, though? Yeah, it's pretty ingenious.
Most of the movie, outside of like when Lori and Annie and company are dealing with their teenage babysitting hoo-ha, the rest of the film is held up by Sam Loomis, Michael's doctor, played by Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
Who was a doctor, or no, it was a James Bond villain. Dr. No, I think his name was.
Yeah.
Or some such shit. He's the inspiration for Dr. Evil.
Yeah,
in the Austin Powers flicks.
That's Dr. No, yeah.
But yeah, I really feel like he gives his all in this movie.
He does.
Playing this supporting character who, despite spending, like, a majority of his life, 15 years, because really what's 15 years? Except
majority of his life.
Yeah, commitment. Fucking dealing with this, but he wants out, but he's at the same time like, this is my responsibility.
Yeah, which is good because he doesn't really have he does have a family, but they probably abandoned him. And that's what's different than this one and the remake. He slaughters his entire family, minus his mom and baby sister. Yeah,
in the 2007 one.
Yeah, the Rob Zombie remake.
Well, if you lived with those people.
Yeah. This is very interesting to talk about Halloween because I don't think we're more talking about it as like a reflective piece of like classic movie cinema. I mean, I don't know. It is classic cinema.
It's been preserved in the Library of Congress
It should be. It's interesting. Dude, I mean, it's fucking worth $70 million. Think about it. It's crazy. That a great analogy of the profit made on that was what I mentioned to Derek. Like, if I had like a candy bar that was worth $3, Derek buys it from me for $700. Like, basically. that is basically
that's
what
the kind of turnaround we got.
Yeah.
From it.
But yeah, I don't know. I have no quarrel with this movie.
With Halloween.
I don't know. I can't think of a single thing I want to sit there and yell about, except the one scene where she's like trapped in the closet and the closet's like super fucking flimsy.
Yeah. And it takes forever to get through it.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? You know?
It sets up the final girl kind of trope as well.
Yeah.
In future slasher flicks where everybody gets killed except for one person, and it's always well, I won't say always, but it's usually the person who doesn't bang anybody, doesn't do the
respectful
devil
one.
cabbage.
Yeah, she's like the one that's like, no, I'd rather stay in and read a book. You know?
Yeah. Oh, how could you tell this boy that I like him? I wish I were dead. It's too funny.
But that's acceptable because this is the first movie that's ever been done. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a few different slasher films before. Like the main one that really inspired that they make it a holiday themed one is because of shit like Black Christmas.
Yeah.
And such, which also came out in 1974, so 4 years prior.
Richard Pryor.
Probably. What's he got to do with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole movie, you think with a slasher, you'd get just this big rumbling brute that would just come through and just fuck everybody up.
And when he wants to, he does.
Yeah.
You know, which is good.
Which is mostly what he does in the remake. Like, he just barrels through walls and doors.
I don't know if I'm okay with that. You know, he's supposed to be more psychological. And there's moments where he's just standing there and he's clearly intimidating. But I don't think he's scary for the right reason. You know? He's just big. He's kind of cocking his head to the side, just kind of swaying around.
A lumbering giant.
Yeah. He's not just standing... Like, in the first one, he's standing perfectly still. Like, he's like a
in the
fucking...
background to where it's almost... It's one of those, like... Oh, shit, is that him back there?
He's a statue, man.
Like, people are doing their business in front, like... Annie's on the phone with the boyfriend Paul talking about how they're gonna get it on later, and all you see is this white head in the background, just like the size of a quarter on your screen.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, when's he gonna pop in? Like, especially if you're one of those people that's used to modern horror films, where you're expecting him to come in and just ransack the place.
Yeah, and a huge fucking soundtrack to let you know when you're scared. Just yeah.
He's just sitting back there, and I remember the first time I watched this, I was like, bleh. Like, come on, do something.
Yeah.
And it just started making me nerved.
Yeah.
So unnerved that he wasn't doing shit. And I realized that's the genius of this movie.
Yeah. And then, like you said also when there is a jump scare, it's never really Michael. And even if it was, they don't throw, like, fucking loud-ass music at you like they do now. This could never be made now. Rob Zombie did an okay job at it, you know?
He did a pretty good one, because it wasn't exactly like a cookie cutter kind of thing, except for the second half of it was like playing catch up to, okay, we gotta kind of
basically
make it similar.
But even then, you know, the jump scare bits is what at least he avoided, which is good. It's totally different, honestly. Like, the first movie I'd say was like, you know, it's a thriller, suspense thriller. The second one seems more like a psychological, like, exploration through psychopaths and, like,
in the first half,
like children mostly. Mm-hmm. So mostly, I still resonate more with the child bit in the beginning of that than I do with anything at the end. At the end, it just kind of seems pointless. Like, even Jessie was asking, why is he murdering all those people? And yeah, she didn't see the beginning, you know, but is it really justified?
Well, that's a question for, like, every slasher film. It's like, why are they killing all these people? For Jason, it's because they came close to the lake.
True.
Or they happen to be having a pulse.
But at least in the original, you see no humanity from him. In the remake from Rob Zombie, there's, like, he kind of likes the animals. He likes his mom. He obviously likes his younger sister. And he does in the original, I suppose. But at the same time, the first thing you see from him in the original is him just standing there. No emotion.
Yeah, the whole point of him, as they've gone on in subsequent interviews, is that he's more of just this moving force of nature. He's not supposed to be something you can relate to.
Yeah.
Because why would you want to relate to a killer?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fucked coming from me, because I've dressed up as him for, like, all of high school.
Yeah, but that's just because it's cool, in a way. It's cool to be the bad boy, whatever.
It's not Jason, because he's overplayed, and Freddy is a pedophile, so you can't...
Yeah, there you go. And you might ask me, Cody, did you just say it's cool to be a killer? Well, why the fuck do we dress up as them? I mean, come on. There's some level where you want to be scary. Yeah, it's Halloween, fuck it. This is the time where we don't have to think about it.
One of the origins to dressing up for Halloween was to, like, mock the evil forces within our world.
Run around like demons with our dicks out. But yeah.
I do that every Tuesday.
Yeah,
I don't need to do that on Halloween.
Fuck yeah, Red Rocket. I mean, I never dress up as anything really scary. I'm Mad Max this year, for crying out loud.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna be Captain America.
Hopefully.
Cross my fingers.
Yeah.
Hope that suit shows up on time.
That'll pull together.
I'm gonna blame S.H.I.E.L.D. if it doesn't.
Intercept your package.
Ooh.
That's great. You know what? Should we talk about... should we wrap up the original before we talk about the second one for a little bit?
Well, yeah. I don't know if they really planned on making a sequel to the first Halloween.
I feel like they made him make a sequel. No, I feel like he wanted to make the first.
It was an ambiguous one at best, to where they could if they wanted to. Yeah, it's really neat because it, again, set an example for future slasher films.
Without even knowing it.
Like, at the end, he's about to kill Laurie Strode. Spoiler alerts for a fucking 40-year-old movie.
Seriously.
Or nearly 40-year-old movie. Sam Loomis shows up right when he's about to kill her, and he shoots Michael 6 times with a revolver.
Yeah.
Or some kind of handgun. And
it's a revolver.
And then he falls off the balcony, and he rushes over to the balcony, looks over onto the front lawn, and he's gone.
And yeah, and that's a really cool scene, because I mentioned to you that they wanted him to say something, like maybe like you know, he's gone,
shit.
Or like I knew it, or something like that.
And so he gives this weird in between kind of expression with no audible line.
He just doesn't say anything, and it's kind of like
he just kind
of adds to the mystery. And it kind of gives you, that's the first time that they've ever had a movie that gives you a feeling that he's still out there. They've never done that before. They've never had a movie where the killer just kind of gets away. Which I bet left a lot of people in 1970 fucking shitting their pants. Just like, oh my god, he could be fucking here. A lot of husbands played a lot of pranks on wives that night.
Oh, jeez.
I remember the window.
The first Halloween I saw was Halloween 7, which was Halloween 20 years later.
Jesus.
Which came out 1998. And my mom's ex-boyfriend scared the shit out of us later that night.
Did he dress up?
No, it just banged on the windows or like stood just staring into the windows and shit. Bugged me the fuck out.
That's
man.
Amazing.
I hated it. So for years I avoided him like the plague, Michael and her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
But then finally I came around and I was just like, he's so striking, this character.
Yeah.
All inspired by a William Shatner mask.
Yeah, and we really didn't mention that because that's the trivia that everybody knows.
Yeah, anymore. If anybody knows Michael's shit, they basically just bleached the face, cut open the eyes a bit more, and frazzed up the hair.
Yeah,
and voila.
They tried a lot of different masks. They tried a lot. I can't remember anything specific, but one of them was like a pumpkin.
Oh, jeez.
How silly would that have been, though? So yeah, this movie is... This is a classic. I mean, I enjoyed watching this still. There's just something...
Yeah,
there's just
everything holds up.
There is something to look at in this movie. Like, no matter what you're watching it for, when you look at it, I just like looking at this movie. And the soundtrack adds
Every
a lot.
shot's very beautiful.
It's kind of just fun to watch, you know? Even if it's like a kind of a dumb climax. Maybe you don't think it's as action-packed or as, maybe... how would you say?
I don't know.
Doesn't
But either way, my response to those people who don't think it's whatever enough.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's enough for what it is. So, Derek, this is going to be really weird, but what do you rate this movie out of 10 spooks?
Oh, first, before we do high and lows?
Oh, do you even have any? Well, actually, let's talk about the favorite scene. Favorite scene, least favorite scene.
Oh, jeez. Favorite scene of Halloween?
I have a very easy least favorite scene. But what your favorite one is, that's going to be kind of...
I think I might know your low one.
Maybe.
The high point that I want to single out... We've already talked about all the cinematography, the whatever, but I think the best bit of this, I'm gonna go very obscure with it, just because I think it's very funny, is there's a part where one of the kids is watching The Thing from Another World.
Yeah.
And of course people back then didn't know shit about it, but The Thing that John Carpenter made was a remake of that movie.
Yeah, which is really, like, weird. He's basically telling us cinematography.
It's very surreal to watch now.
Yeah.
To where it's like, what? They're watching The Thing? But he made The Thing.
Mind is blown. Yeah, that's interesting, yeah. I thought that was really cool, too. Like a nod to his future self without even knowing it, you know?
Yeah. That's a cool Easter egg. The high moment for real.
Oh, wow.
Is when he's unmasked. Because there's no disfigurement on his face. That's just actor Tony Moran's face. But people responded like, "Oh my God, he's hideous. He's just monstrous looking."
Because you think he's supposed to be, and you trick yourself.
And that's just, again, power of suggestion.
And the lighting is kind of dark too. So
the only thing off is that one of his eyes is closed because he got stabbed in it earlier in the movie.
Yeah, right in the eye.
That's my high moment when he gets unmasked and people think but
what's
really,
your low point of this movie?
Low point is the sex scenes, really.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of them. They're kind of weird.
They're just that kind of 70s, 80s kind of cheese. Like, they only last a few seconds long.
Yeah, there's one where they literally show from beginning to end. They don't, like, cut into the middle. He's thrusting for, like, 20 seconds tops. And then they're done, and she's like, "That was amazing." And he's like, "Yeah." And it's like, who finished? Like, I didn't see anything happen. I don't know.
They're both like, as if hours had gone by. Their minds were blown, among other things.
Maybe they had been doing it, like, all day, and they're just, like, sore. And they're just trying to, like, say something.
Like,
they're just trying to say something to make sure that it's okay for the other partner. They're just like, no, I had a great time, I swear. My
Is that your low?
No, it wasn't my low, but that's funny that you mentioned it, because I was going to bring it up. Do you want to hear mine, though?
Yes.
My low point was when... see, this is kind of the sex sells things. Oh, one of her friends, the babysitter's friends, one of the other babysitters, actually, she spills popcorn butter on her clothes, and she takes all of her clothes off.
Except for her underwear and her almost knee-high socks.
Yeah, everything. And it's like, what? And then she, like, tries to, like, wash it and then wash and dry it. It's like, dude, just relax. Just wear some of their clothes for, like, a night. Who cares?
Yeah.
Come on, she just had to get those clothes clean. It was really bugging me. I don't know, I just thought that was so ridiculous.
Women.
Well, it was really unrealistic, honestly. Maybe in the 70s they were, like, all about, like, cleaning now or some weird bullshit. Maybe that popcorn brand really stains. I don't know. Fuck it.
Goddamn Redenbacher.
It's so dumb. But my favorite scene, didn't think about that one. I thought I had one on the top of my head, but I can't really remember.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I know. My favorite scene is probably when the first time you really see Michael at all, actually. Because he's driving around following him in a car a lot, which a lot of people forgot that he drives around, which is kind of funny. But they're walking down the street, all three girls, and then he's just standing in the distance, like, on the sidewalk, like, next to, like, a large bush. And then it's like, hey, creep, and then he, like, ducks in the bushes. And then they run over there, and he's gone. And it's like, where'd that creep go? And it's like, oh man, just seeing him stand at the end of the road, just like, that's some Slender Man shit. Yeah. If I want to put it in a modern twist.
Yeah, you gotta help these young kids
understand what this genius is. So, I don't know, yeah, but there's a lot of silly moments, obviously, because of the time, but they can be overlooked. So, Derek, what do you rate this movie out of 10 spooks?
Well, if you must know.
Yes.
I give it a perfect 10.
Yeah?
I really do. It sits in my top 10, top 5 even. I declare this actually my second favorite film.
Yeah.
Ever. Of horror films, anyway. Let's be reasonable.
In a row, man. That's crazy.
Well, not in a row. We had Ghost Dimension.
Oh, I'm trying to
in
forget.
between.
Oh boy.
So yeah, Crimson Peak and Halloween so far. Yeah, just Halloween. Like a lot of people think it's a grandfather clause kind of thing, but really no. This does so many things better than modern horror can even compete with, and it's not like all classic scary movies are good. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of garbage from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this really just stands head and shoulders and knees above everybody.
Well, are you fucking ready, Derek? I don't think you're fucking ready. I give this
bracing
movie
myself
a 10 out of 10.
Holy shit!
My first 10 I've ever given on this show. Yeah, whoopee. And I'll tell you why, Derek. I'll tell you why. Besides the obvious, like, classic cinematography, ahead of its time, still holds up, I thought about something that made me give this a full 10. Because I was like, nothing really bad with it. Like, I might have a quarrel with how, like, they fight, but come on, who cares? You still see a lot of action. I could close my eyes and listen to this movie and still get the same effect as just watching it. That's amazing.
You could ASMR yourself into nightmares.
And I mean, like, I'm not saying the soundtrack is amazing, but it's clearly iconic. I mean, you fucking hear it, you know exactly what it is. You know exactly what it is. People have it as a ringtone. I just made it my ringtone earlier because I forgot about this. No, there's like so little wrong with this fucking classic movie. It's a classic movie for a good fucking reason, man.
Sweet. You
know, and I find that so hard to believe that everyone overlooked it back then when it came out. How did they, like, see this and go, it was garbage? That doesn't make any sense to me. Nobody came out of the movie theater going like, oh, that's kind of cool. Nobody?
Well, Ebert did.
I mean, yeah, but why did they have to wait for those knuckleheads to say something?
Because they were pretty big back in that time.
Oh, that's just bullshit, man. Fucking don't be a sheep.
Well, I remember reading that The Exorcist didn't do so very well when it first came out because people came out just sick to their stomach.
It was pretty gross.
Because it was just so crazy.
Jesse couldn't watch that movie.
Probably not.
No.
Even though it's older, it's probably tame by what we've made her watch now.
Yeah, seriously. Accidentally, dude. I had no idea it was going to be that. You should have told me it was going to be Eli Roth movie, man. I would have said, stay home, Jess. Oh, poor Jesse.
Cannibalism, man.
Who knows? I didn't know. I thought it was going to be silly. Oh, well. Okay.
It was kind of silly.
Yeah.
For me.
Let's talk about the remake really quick, because it's supposed to be the same movie, basically.
Yeah, the second half of it is
almost identical.
It's just a modern take on what John Carpenter did.
A little more gruesome, a little more violence.
Yeah. Instead of going around and just kind of passively choking people, like in the original, Michael Myers in this one stands at a hulking 6'8", and he bashes people around like a goddamn ogre.
But then it kind of takes away like a ninja element of him just being like a stealth killer. It kind of makes him just this giant fucking, I don't know.
There were a few moments where he's just standing there and it's just so crazy to see him looming over.
Yeah, and that's scary because he's a big guy that's going to kill your ass. But it's not scary because he's like this sneaky fucking like stalker, you know? He's not a stalker anymore. He's just
think he's only so sneaky because people are extra dumb in this movie.
Yeah, I know. They make a lot of mistakes. Like mistakes that no one in real life would ever make, no matter how stupid. If they're placed into those specific jobs, especially, you know? But I pull a lot of Frankenstein's monster in this one. You know?
He light a match in front of Michael in this movie.
He's just like, I would, if that happened in the movie at all, I wouldn't go, just like Frankenstein's monster. I would literally just go, yep. I would totally accept it. And that's a problem, man. Also, the problem is they humanized him a little bit, which I'm sure they do in number 2. But, I don't know.
I haven't seen number 2 in a while, because it pissed me off when I first saw it.
Yeah, but they didn't collect it in the one movie. That's the thing. You know, they didn't give him any background.
Yeah, the real thing to come and watch this movie for is for the first half of the movie, where they really do that psychological delving into what makes a killer. Yeah. And it's basically because Rob Zombie, when he set out to make the movie, called Carpenter up and was like, hey, I'm such a huge fan. Do you have any advice for me going forward with this project? And Carpenter said, go your own path.
Really?
Don't follow what I did.
Because that's what everyone else did.
that's what everybody does with remakes.
Yeah.
For the most part. Like, that's 9 times out of 10, it's a cookie cutter, like, best hits kind of shit. Yeah. And then half-ass whatever's in the cracks between. But he told Rob Zombie, like, do your own thing. Yeah. And so you can see in the first half, that's exactly what he did. He was like, I want to show what goes into a fucked up mind, especially in a kid. Yeah, because no kid just wakes up one day and goes, I'm going to kill my sister.
Yeah, it's like, what made him do that? And in the original, they just kind of say he's like this black, emotionless figure. But why, right? That's a good idea. That's
sometimes you want to know. And some people didn't want to know that after this movie. They were like, that's too much.
So I kind of look at this as its own movie. And
they're totally different beasts.
They really are. Except for like the ending shot for shot kind of things. Mm-hmm. But what are you going to do? I mean, honestly, you could put this guy in a different mask and a different suit entirely and it'd work. I also like how he acquires the suit. It's pretty fucking funny.
Kill some some trucker.
There's a lot of scenes you didn't think you would want to learn about, but it's kind of cool watching it. Like maybe the bullies where he kills the bully with a big stick. That's really satisfying, and I never thought I would want to see that ever, honestly.
Just see Spy Kid get beat to death.
Basically. It's the second movie we've seen this month where Spy Kid gets killed.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, boy. Did Green Inferno come out this month?
No, I think it came out just in the last week of September.
Still, fucking Spy Kid. We should just watch Spy Kids. Spy Kids 3D next week.
Fuck it.
Like a little palate cleanser for Halloween spookiness.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so he does focus more on Michael being this, like, just a murderer instead of, like, a creepy kind of, like, almost a boogeyman. He was a boogeyman in the first one. Yeah. In this one, when they say boogeyman in this one, I'm just like, that's not the boogeyman, kid. That's just your fucking crazy uncle.
Boogeyman in 2007.
Yeah, plus when you look at him, it's like, that ain't no boogeyman. That's a big-ass motherfucker. Yeah. Stab your ass, dude. Seriously. I don't know.
He's a goddamn Leviathan.
I don't think of boogeyman. I think of, holy shit, what is that? Get him away from my house. I'm calling the cops.
He's going to tear down the house.
Basically. He does. He fucking karate chops a little piece of wood out of the way. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
It's just whatever the fuck. High points, low points.
In this movie?
Yeah. In the remake.
High points is... I don't know why, but I found it really satisfying when the doctor was... Actually, no. I think my favorite moment was definitely when the bully got what was coming to him.
His comeuppance. It was surely sweet.
And Michael beat him to death with a fucking stick. Also, when he kills his own dad, it's satisfying too. Because they're very mean to Michael, you know?
Yeah, the stepdad's a prick.
It's like, murder is bad, but these people are evil, so they're going to generate evil.
He's the lesser of two evils in this point.
Which is weird, considering he's the killer. You know? Think about that. Psychological, man. You can kill a mind and not the body. It's fucking crazy.
That was deep.
Thanks, man. Thanks, fam. But my least favorite scene... I'd have to say when Michael is just kind of like the final fight scene, honestly, when he's just kind of lumbering through and like slashing people, and it's like it's just kind of weird. Like even Jesse was even like, why is he doing this? You know,
why is he killing her parents, Laurie Strode's parents?
It almost seems like he is trying to find this woman, but he's also kind of going out of his way to kill these other people. In the first one, he would just kind of kill them because they were there. He didn't really walk into their homes to do this, you know? He was just kind of walking around looking for her. In this one, it seems like he's breaking into people's houses knowing that she's not there. Because part of his job in the first one is to stalk and look into the windows and know if she's there or not.
Just be an asshole.
Not to just like go, oh, she's not there, better break in anyway. Doesn't make any sense. So that's probably my least favorite scene is when he breaks into her parents' house, her foster parents' house. Because it's like, come on. That's where I would look too, but at the same time, she's not there.
With your weird intuition.
Yeah. Anyway, what about you? What was your favorite and least favorite scene?
Least favorite scene was... I think it would probably be...
You want to say your favorite one first?
Favorite scene was, I think it's only in the director's cut, is when Michael's in the hospital, in the mental place, talking with Loomis, and they record each session they do.
Yeah.
There's this one scene where it just shows them both sitting there silently the whole time. And it holds for like half a minute.
Yeah.
And then Loomis just kind of goes, and then reaches forward and clicks off the audio session and just ends the thing.
Yeah, because that's when he stopped talking. But that's a really good scene.
It's one of those moments where it's just like, that really sets in, like, what kind of shit he really did put up with for 15 years.
And that's also the moment where he just decided not to talk anymore. He became this mute figure.
It was crazy.
And also, isn't that right after his mom commits suicide?
That was right before, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Which just reminded me, my least favorite scene is when he kills Danny Trejo's character.
Yeah.
It's fucked, but it really does show how little he gives a shit about anybody in the movie.
But it is still sad. He should have at least let him run. He should have escaped.
Yeah.
Come on.
So...
Like, maybe have Michael attack him, but let him escape.
So, yeah, Danny Trejo plays a custodian in this movie, like a caretaker kind of thing.
Yeah, he moves him around.
And he was with... He befriended Mikey, which he called him Mikey.
Yeah.
Not Michelangelo. Whatever. He's like, don't let this shit get you down, man. You gotta free your mind, all this shit.
You gotta look beyond the cell walls, man.
And then when he finally busts out due to these two assholes trying to bug him and rape this one girl and, like, get him on it because they're like, you get over here, you big fat faggot, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. But he, like, gives this guy the most gruesome death. Yeah. Just, like, repeatedly, like, near drowns him and then finally smashes a fucking TV on him.
Yeah.
And all this shit, like, I would have been fine if he had just done, like, a quick, like, break his neck kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or something. But the fact that he, like, bashed him against the walls, nearly drowned him 3 times, and then finally smashed a TV on him, it's just like...
It's like, why?
Dude.
But then that's... I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. This guy is the closest to a loving person in your life you've had since your mom.
But that's the thing. Michael's not supposed to have humanity, but in this they gave him just enough where you realize that's weird.
Yeah.
Just enough.
It's humanity. A little juxtaposing.
Where you go, I don't know about that. Maybe, like I said, maybe it would have made sense if he attacked him, but he should have let him escape. Maybe he gets out on his own. Michael doesn't let him escape, but you know what I mean. Like, shouldn't have killed him off because it just kind of left a bad taste in your mouth. But I don't know.
Spooks?
Me for this movie? Oh boy. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Oh shit.
Is that higher than what you would have said?
That's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah, because it's its own beast. It's neat. It's really cool to watch that shit.
It's not the original,
yeah.
Which that doesn't always damn a movie because there are certainly a lot of horror movie remakes I like more than the original.
Like Poltergeist, definitely Poltergeist. I've thrown that out there, dude. The original was so fucking stupid. It's old and ugly. It's terrible.
And I've gotten shit for this, but I like the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre more than the original.
Yeah, I bet I would too. I've seen clips, and I hate the original. It's just kind of tacky.
And I think I like the remake of Friday the 13th better than the original. But...
Oh, well, they're both shitty.
In this case, I definitely like the original better than the second, but that does not mean the remake is shit. It's really dang good. Stands as equals or even better than some of the scary movies of now.
Yeah.
Like, I'd put it up there with, like, not quite The Conjuring, but it's definitely worth a fucking watch.
Yeah. My final thoughts is don't watch them both at the same time. Yeah.
Probably not.
Watch them at different times, because if you watch the original first, like we did, you're pretty much just looking for the parallels in the second one and seeing how it did it not as good. But if you looked at it as its own thing, you'd go, yeah, this is perfectly acceptable. This is perfectly fine. It didn't change my opinion of it, because I've seen both of them before, but still, you know?
Yep.
It just depends on how you look at which one first, you know?
I think they're both good stuff for the time that they were there.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff, Derek.
Like
that's the stuff that helps me forget about my problems.
Oh boy. Like if you love old horror films, definitely watch Halloween, the original. If you like only modern horror movies, watch the remake.
Yeah, it kind of gives you...
There's good enough shit in both of them, obviously.
Yeah.
to get you hunger.
Get you off.
Yeah, to get you off. And they're both made by great filmmakers of their time.
Yeah.
John Carpenter makes more than just horror films. Done great sci-fi shit. Done great action stuff, which I need to start watching more of. And Rob Zombie, I think, is shaping up to be quite the horror auteur.
I mean, he's making a new one soon.
Oh, I'm excited for 31.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but you will have to obviously see it when it comes
And
out.
you still need to see The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah. So
hopefully that'll change in the next few months or year, whatever.
But does that wrap this up, basically?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask you then, Derek. What the heck are we watching next week? October's over, man.
Oh,
We're done with October. I'm sad, but it's over. November, man.
November we
Krampus is gonna come out sometime in November, isn't it?
December 4th.
Oh damn, so excited.
I guess we could review The Gift finally.
Do you want to talk about the gift?
Like we were supposed to.
Nice little break. That's a good idea. Okay.
And then catch back up with Netflix shit after that, I suppose.
Yeah, because we got to finish that for this year.
I can't keep reviewing good movies.
Yeah.
Like
seriously.
guaranteed good movies. If I have too many of these close together, then I just lose the will to live after watching a terrible one again.
Oh, wow. Well, if you lose the will to live, don't eat those apples, okay?
Oh, jeez. Have a spooky Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, man. I mean, I hope hope you had a good Halloween, you know.
Hope the Skeleton War doesn't take any of you guys preemptively.
Yes, and make sure that if you do run into a spooky skeleton night, make sure you mention you are not a fuckboy or else you will be taken.
Yes.
Anyway, see you all next week.
Whether you like it or not.